Introducing first, New Church!
Brace yourself, Mike. It's been a long time, but about to make their way to the ring. One of the most unorthodox tag teams in Impact Wrestling history. The Lords of the New Church making their way to the ring.
Here they come. It's Slash on the left. It's Sin on the right. They competed initially in TNA back in 2002 and 2003. Slash, an original member of the New Church, and Sin joined later on. You think back to some of the rivalries that they had, starting with Ken Shamrock, America's Most Wanted, Chris Harris and James Storm, Team Extreme, Sandman, Perry Saturn and New Jack, as well as Ravens Gathering, all in the early days of TNA wrestling.
Some of the toughest brawls we've ever seen, and these two were in the thick of it all. The New Church returns to Impact Wrestling.
And their opponents, LAX!
Great way to kick off Hardcore Justice with a tag team street fight and the reunited Latin American Exchange as Homicide joins Hernandez. 5 strong years in TNA, 2005 through 2009. LAX, 3-time World Tag Team Champions in TNA.
Involved in some of the toughest battles, the biggest rivalries in TNA wrestling history. You know, Hernandez has had a lot of partners in Impact Wrestling over the years, of course, with Chavo Guerrero, some great tag team partners. His allegiance with Homicide together made them two of the most feared duos in Impact Wrestling history.
Remember the association that they had with Conan for several years, and you talked about some of the rivalries. JB, think back to matches involving LAX against the James Gang, against AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels, America's Most Wanted, Harris and Storm, like we talked about with the New Church. LAX also competing against the Motor City Machine Guns and Team 3D.
Some violent battles with Team 3D certainly stand out. Looking back over the history of LAX, very popular team, very hated team at times in Impact Wrestling over the years. And now, wow, I got to tell you, great to see them back in the ring together. And how about the reuniting New Church?
Slash and Sin, street fight action against LAX. As Homicide connects with Slash on the inverted atomic drop, then the uppercut leads to the cover, and barely a 1 count. You touched on Team 3D, and we will see Team 3D as part of this Hardcore Justice one-night-only pay-per-view event in a big tables match that is still to come tonight, and I know you have some information in regards to the opponents of Team 3D.
Well, Brother Ray, Brother Devon are in for a fight tonight because Brother Runt, who we last saw at Bully Ray's wedding to Brooke Hogan of all things, Brother Runt has vowed revenge tonight. He has challenged them to a tables match. The thing is, Mike, we don't know who he has with him. And when you look at the career of these guys, it could span 2 decades. Who will Runt show up with tonight? We're going to find out in our main event.
Street fight action to kick things off, however, as Homicide tries to fight his way out of the corner. Able to connect with the elbow to the chest, and then a jumping tornado DDT leads to the pin, the cover, and the 2 count.
In or out of the ring, very few people roaming the earth as fearless as Homicide. And when you have that and the power of Hernandez, these two were very successful as a tag team.
Yeah, 3-time World Tag Team Champions in TNA, and you're seeing why here. The double team sets things up for Hernandez to just drop Slash right in his tracks and a pin and an air fall.
I mean, how do you defend against a guy like Hernandez? Arguably, most people that have been in the ring with him say that without question, the strongest man to ever step foot in TNA wrestling. He doesn't know his own strength. Like that. How about a boot to the midsection? You just saw him right there. Just stopped him in his tracks.
When you talk about unorthodox, we saw it with the tag team partner of Sin, Slash, but how about Sin's wrestling gear tonight here at One Night Only Hardcore Justice?
Well, we said unorthodox earlier. That's maybe an understatement to say the least. Sin in and out of the ring, a bizarre character. No question about it. Everywhere you go, this guy's doing stuff and some freak shows, the wrestling. He's all over the place.
Nice double teamwork by the Latin American Exchange, which leads to a Homicide pin attempt, but not able to put away the team of the New Church, Slash and Sin.
I mean, think back. Do you remember when Sin showed up and the new church threw in actual darts in his back?
Yeah, talking about that just earlier today with Andrew Thomas, one of the producers of TNA and Impact Wrestling, about the arrival of Sin and the fact, freak show.
Yeah, you think you can take pain? Watch this. People throwing darts in his back.
And he liked it.
And he liked it. No better way to announce that you can't hurt me than showing something like that. Unbelievable. And certainly has been very effective in the ring and has himself quite a tag team partner with quite a history as well in Slack.
No question about that. One of the strongholds in terms of tag teams in the early days of TNA wrestling, back in the Asylum days at the fairgrounds in Nashville, Tennessee.
Certainly Slash has been around the ring for many years, especially that area. But look at that. Probably never saw a clothesline coming at him from a guy the size of Hernandez.
You know, the new church, they were World Tag Team Champions for several months back in 2002 after defeating America's Most Wanted. Later lost those titles back to AMW in 2003. At that point in time, the World Tag Team Champions were Slash and Brian Lee.
How about that?
Made from the past.
And Hernandez, even with the hard hat on. Delivered a headbutt to the midsection to Sin earlier with that. Look at that. Right into some road construction going on the ramp.
All legal in the street fight, and as we watch this match unfold, the opening several minutes of this match, really not competing like a street fight, but now all of a sudden, the tag team match, it's turned into an all-out four-way brawl.
Well, you know it was inevitable, and now look at that. Right to the midsection. Looked like he used Sin's head as a battering ram. And we knew it wouldn't take long for this to break down. This is where the brawling ensues, and this is where these four are at their best.
And this is what Hardcore Justice is all about. The steel chair used moments ago by Homicide. And now Slash has got ideas with, well, he's got something in mind here.
Have a seat. Take a rest. Maybe take a boot to the face. How about that?
How about two of them off the drop kick that knocks him directly out of the chair and down the ramp, but that's just going to fire Homicide up if I know him.
One person you know with a steel chair in his hand is Homicide. Swinging for the fences. Oh, wow. Bulldog, huh?
Faceplant style on the ramp. The unforgiving ramp with absolutely no give, no play. As Slash, you right driven down face first, and now LAX can work their double team magic on Sin.
Ooh. First you slow down, and now, well, that'll stop you.
And yes, it's all legal as part of the street fight. Look out.
Somewhere on International Boulevard, there's a messed up intersection.
Let's take another look at the contact made with the, well, first the slow down and then the stop sign, courtesy of LAX's Homicide.
Well, we've been speculating all week leading up to this event. Who will Brother Runt bring with him in the main event tonight in the tables match? I have a feeling Runt has a lot of friends from the past. I'm thinking going way back. I'm thinking, I mean, who knows who
you
can
think
show
he's
up?
Going to go old school?
I'm hoping he goes old school.
3D?
Look at the history. Look at the partners. Look at the span. I mean, over 22 title reigns for Team 3D. Look at all the opponents they have faced over the years. And Brother Runt really tonight has said he's going to come through with something special.
Corner beat down by Homicide with the series of right hands, rocking the head of Sin. We have something for everybody tonight in Hardcore Justice. You are going to see the knockouts in a no disqualification match.
That's coming up next.
That is coming up. That's on deck. And one match that I have to admit I'm really looking forward to. It's a tag team ladder match. That's still to come tonight, involving Bad Influence against Generation Me back in TNA. Homicide the pin attempt. Slash able to power out before 3.
Fasten your seatbelts for that one. That is going to be unbelievable. Generation Me and the Bad Influence in Impact Wrestling, Daniels and Kazarian in a ladder match. And, of course, we have so much more yet to come as well with that main event tables match, all here at Hardcore Justice. One night only.
Power game, utilized by the new church, leads to Slash with the pin attempt on Homicide, but still life left in LAX as Homicide able to kick out before 3. Meanwhile, Sin on the attack as Hernandez tries to fight his way out of the corner.
And I talked to Slash about his different tag team partners he's had with the New Church, of course, talking about Brian Lee earlier and talking about Sin. And one thing he said about Sin, different than Brian Lee, he was more sensible. If you could, a man who dresses like that, if you could believe that.
Oh, attempt at, I believe, a leg drop off the top. Does not connect. Is Homicide able to avoid that contact and then drives the headbutt right into the side? Of course, the New Church managed initially in TNA and Impact Wrestling by Father James Mitchell, who is going to be a part of Hardcore Justice tonight.
Can't wait for that as well. That's going to be amazing to see the return of James Mitchell's Judas Messias. And what should be an amazing appearance from a man we haven't seen in many years.
LAX continuing on the offense until Slash able to slide out of the way. Let's see if Hernandez can get things rolling again for the team of Big Super Mex and Homicide.
Tell you what, at this stage of the game, it's endurance. Obviously, we've seen a lot of hardcore brawling. We've seen it spill out to the floor. We've seen everything and used in this. The stop sign. Now it comes down to conditioning. Now it comes down to who's got much left in the tank after all that. And a move by Slash.
Yeah, out of the torture rack. Homicide driven down to the canvas and the pin attempt. A little nonchalant cover there by Slash as we take another look. Check the impact of this move.
Great move by Slash. Throws Homicide right over his head, crashing down to the mat, and now going to the top to capitalize.
Well, high risk didn't work too well for Slash the first time out, and this one does not as well as Big Supermax catches him. Belly-to-belly suplex takes him out of play. Let's see what Sin can do now against Hernandez.
All right, look at that. Look at that look on his face.
How many times do you see Hernandez taken down to the corner clothesline like that? But then the incredible strength as well as agility. Oh, quickly, Homicide able to slide in. Takes Sin down. Sets things up for Hernandez to fly. Big splash off the top. Homicide with an assist, and LAX gets the win.
Your winners,
That's the way we kick off Hardcore Justice as part of our one-night-only series in a street fight tag team match. The reunited Latin American Exchange, the team of Homicide and Hernandez victorious.
That's why they call him Supermax. Flying off the top rope, connects enough to get the pin and the win here at Hardcore Justice.
Ladies and gentlemen, while LAX celebrates in anticipation of our special Knockouts match at Hardcore Justice, we send it to our broadcast colleague SoCal Val with ODB.